Hi, this is another RuPaul's Drag Race All-Star Season 3 review, and this is Nick's Nerd Network, and I'm Nick.
And we're
not.
not.
So before we get too deep into the episode this week's episode, I wanted to talk a little bit about Caught in the Act. I wanted to congratulate her on her performance on Big Brother this year. She was on the Celebrity Big Brother. She actually was the winner. And I've always been in awe of how great she is representing the LGBT community, the trans community especially, and putting information out there and educating others. And she really did a great job this season. I'm so happy that she won. Thank you so much for representing everything that's wonderful about our world, and just thank you so much. I'm so glad that you made it, you won, and you really represented everyone really, really well. So let's get into the episode. So let's talk first about Thor's going away message, where she drew a obscene body part on the mirror. She said, "Suck it, Shangela." So what are you guys thinking? There's some dispute from the queens about whether or not it was professional or if it was a joke. What are your guys' thoughts?
I thought that the way she went about it, it was very unsportsmanlike. It's a competition. It's how the game is played. But for her to be childlike and just pretty much write a hateful message towards Shangela and then draw, a penis on the mirror, let's just grow up. I mean, it's a game.
Yeah, it was very childish. There's no need to get so upset about it, even if it was a joke or not.
Yeah, I mean, granted, we have the benefit of seeing what was happening behind the scenes when she was sent off, and she definitely was not in good spirits about the whole thing. I don't think it's anything that the queens need to bend out of shape about, but it is unusual for someone to specifically call out another queen when they write their going away message on the board. So, Thorgy, I hope that you don't take this loss too seriously, and you keep your chin up, and you continue to be professional in the future. This just probably wasn't a proud moment for you. But hopefully, maybe you'll get a chance to come back this season and show us what else you have. Let's also talk about the elimination a little bit itself. So they talked to Bendela and Shangela at the beginning of the episode, asking why they eliminated each person, or why they chose to send home Thorgy Thor. They both picked Thorgy.
I want to say for Bendela Creme, her reasoning, she had mentioned to both queens that she didn't really see what they were doing because, she was obviously performing as well. So she couldn't really base, her perception of why they were in the bottom. I think that she pretty much based her decision off of the judges' critiques just because, she was in that performance. But, I mean, that's how I perceived her reasoning. As far as Shangela, I don't know, like when they were having that discussion, Thorgy had said to her, like, side view, like, oh, I'm down for alliances, and I just don't know if Shangela felt safe in throwing her a bone, if she felt that she would help her out back or whatever the reasoning is. It's really hard to say why she chose to send her home, but I mean, I personally, if I was one of those two, I would have chosen Thorgy as well.
Right, I agree.
Yeah, I agree. I would have chosen Thorgy out of the...
And I think throughout both of her conversations with Shangela and with Bendela, she wasn't being very sportsmanlike.
Yeah.
So I agree with Bendela's decision. If she had nothing else to go on, not being able to see the competition, I know she said she wants to play a fair game and go based on what the judges are saying, and she didn't have much to go off of other than that, and Thorgy was not representing herself well in that. Alright, so let's talk about the challenge at hand. So we had the Bitchler, which I thought was a good title. I thought it was a fun challenge to give them. So they were all assigned different characters that they had to portray, and they were judged based on how they portrayed those characters and really how they performed against another queen. It was kind of like a one-on-one sort of thing. So first up we had Bendela and BB. So, sorry, BB. So what did you guys think? Who did you think the stronger was of the two, and why?
Bendela steamrolled over Bebe in that performance. I mean, she was like this hot mess, sloppy cougar, lushy, queen. It was hilarious. I mean, just her mannerisms, the way that she, went into character. I mean, she went out, like all out in that performance. So she did amazing.
She did, and it was hilarious what she did. I was a little grossed out from the banana scene when she was spitting it back out, but it was hilarious. It went with her character. BB was. I understand her concept. It was funny, but obviously not as good.
It wasn't played up as well as
Yeah.
Vanilla Crim's character, but she did good.
Yeah, I think Bendela, she really embraced the character. I think the only person I could think of that would have done better in that role was probably Trinity, playing a mom just like she did on Not a Two and Ho.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
She would have been a good cougar mom, but she's not in this one. But yeah, no, Bendela did really strong. I would say I felt a little bit bad for BB just because playing a virgin is really difficult because you are trying to express you're not really expressing like a personality. You're expressing like a status of your life, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I think she chose a smart route to go. She tried to portray like a specific character or religion, but it wasn't as strong as Bendela.
No.
So let's talk about their looks. So I thought Bendela's look and reveal was really, really great. Not only did she do the wig reveal, which was the Roxy Andrews inspired look, but she revealed a wig, which her dress was made out of. And I thought, was it the most glamorous? Probably not, but I thought it was the most impressive delivery.
Well, she was the only one that incorporated that part of the challenge into not just her head, but also her wardrobe. So
Yeah.
that was very well played out, very strategic. She wowed the judges, so she did good in that part of it.
Yeah, I loved it. I was not expecting the dress part, so I think she did a really good job. I liked watching it. I loved this challenge. It was fun.
It was a fun challenge. I'm glad that I like when there are challenges inspired by past queens because it's good to see callbacks to something special someone brings, even if they didn't bring that special to All Stars 2.
Right.
Sorry, Roxy. So let's talk about BB's dress. What did you guys think?
I kind of don't remember it. Oh wait, she was like the kimono, and then she went to like the little Asian inspired. The wig reveal, I mean, it kind of took her a minute to like pull off the top part, so I wasn't too impressed with the way it was executed. But the after look was really, really well done. Like the little balls in her wig, it was good. I mean,
Yeah.
I thought, I don't know, I don't want to be too hard on her, but she's a past winner, so I kind of expect more. It reminded me a lot, like it kind of felt like a version of what Detox did for All Stars. She did the same kimono type of thing, except for Detox did it better. She had 3 or 4 looks that she pulled out of that kimono-esque look. And honestly, we've seen a lot of kimonos, and that probably wasn't. Yeah, kimono shibendo.
no more kimonos.
But it wasn't the best that we've seen. So if you're going to come back with a kimono, you need to make sure it's the best kimono. I did like her hair, though. I thought her hair was really that was probably what made it the most unique out of what kinds of kimono type looks we've seen. But I think she could have come out with a stronger look.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
I agree.
All right, so next up in terms of the performance, we have Trixie versus Milk. So let's talk about who did you think came out stronger in this?
Trixie was very comedic, very funny. She had some very funny one-liners in there. The only problem was that Milk's performance pretty much overshadowed her opportunity to take it even further, just because Milk was being very animated, very, kind of like all over Jeffrey, and just he took it too far, and that hindered Trixie from being able to take her part and add her piece to it too. So
Yeah, I agree. Like, Milk was overdoing it. I still love Trixie's performance as the bitchy girl because she did that really, really well.
Yeah, she was like the fake bitch.
Yes.
Yeah. I agree. I think that Milk went a little bit overboard. 'Cause the number one rule Michelle Massage gave them is try not to talk over each other, and Milk just didn't stop talking. And I think it's like normally in this kind of situation, Rue would say, "Oh well, Trixie, I'm sorry you let someone else outshine you," but it's me. Milk was not outshining. He was just He was out talking her, and it's not. It just.
he was showboating.
He was showboating, and
Yeah.
it wasn't enough. He wasn't giving funny. He was just giving lots. But less was more in this. I mean, Trixie took advantage of what little time she had, and she was a word sniper. She got those tiny jokes in,
Yeah.
and they hit the mark. So I think Trixie really shined given the challenge she was presented.
Yeah.
I agree.
And I think that Milk was taking the Mimi I'm First route that she did in her season, where it was just like, oh, I have to be the loudest and the biggest in order to be the best and most noticeable, but it ended up hurting her in the long run.
It kind of reminded me of those like little moments in season 4 of the Snatch Game.
Yes.
Oh.
Where there's
they were all
Snoopy
kind of
and-
yeah.
Yeah, it was rough. The shenanigans in the fourth row. I do not blame Latrice for being mad about that.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the dresses. So what did you guys think about Trixie's dress?
She reminded me of Lady Bunny when she came out. That was pretty funny. I liked the little short-haired wig underneath. Both of those looks were very 60s inspired. Like the big 60s, like beehive kind of poof. Mm-hmm. And then when she took her wig off, like the little tiny, like short hair bob that you kind of saw in that decade too. So I thought she executed it very well. It looked very good.
Yeah, I like that. I like the glasses that she used. Like, it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
It was very, like you said, Lady Bunny transforms into Austin Powers. Gender
That was
Powers.
so funny.
So let's talk about Milk's dress. What did we think about that?
I thought it was really cool. I mean, it had like little tiny like shingle looking things like all over her dress. The little pieces of shards on her makeup kind of like added to that look. Her makeup and hair. I mean, it was a good look. It wasn't my favorite, but it was. I don't know. I liked it.
It was like confetti.
Yeah.
Too bad Kesha wasn't there with all that glitter.
Right.
I would say I thought it was a good look. I would say it was a little bit busy. It kind of reminded me of some of the things that I haven't liked about Kennedy Davenport's looks, where there's just so many shiny little pieces all over her. I mean, Milk had it on her face, on her dress, and I think it was just too flashy. I think if she toned down, like, shiny elements on a gown can be really, really good if they're used sparingly or if they're used in the right way. And I think it was just too much in the wrong places. So I thought it was a good concept. It just wasn't well delivered. And I might be a little bit biased because I've been kind of over her attitude.
I mean, her dress was shorter. It wasn't like a really long gown. So like I think that the way that it was kind of contoured to her body, it didn't make it like too much of what it could have been, but I mean, I don't think it was like too like what you were saying. It was like shimmery or something, or
yeah.
just
I
a
think
little
it.
too busy.
I think it worked for the outfit because she didn't put too much on her face. It was
Right.
like right here, and then maybe a little bit more. I think it worked.
Okay. I mean, we can disagree on that one.
Yeah.
But
sorry about it.
But that's okay. All right, let's move on. So let's talk about Kennedy and Aja's performance, them versus each other in the Bachelor. The Bachelor, yeah.
Yeah. Kennedy was absolutely amazing. You watch one of those like crazy reality shows on TV. She was that party girl, that ghetto bougie. Yeah, I mean, she did that to perfection. Like she put a bottle out from God knows where. She had a flask in her bra. So I mean, she swung.
And the shot glasses she pulled out from there too.
Yes.
I like when she was stripping down.
Yeah, she totally redeemed herself from last week.
Yeah.
So with Aja, I don't think she fully realized what her character was supposed to be. I mean, Milk was the crazy one, so Aja was going down the crazy route too, and she was really supposed to be the needy one. Mm-hmm. How do you guys think she delivered needy?
She didn't really deliver needy. She kind of went. I don't know. She was kind of like all over the place. I thought. I mean, she would say things like, "Oh, I'm gonna make you love me." Kind of like just this weird, like, kind of like stalkerish or like obsessed kind of deal. But she did not execute needy at all in that performance.
It was more whiny than needy.
Yeah.
And it was borderline kind of getting like mentioning Milk again. It was getting into his territory not only as the crazy character, but just trying to like talk the most. I mean, Kennedy was talking a lot, but what she was saying was true to her character, and she was really making people laugh. I mean,
Yeah.
The Bachelor couldn't even keep a straight face the whole time because he was just so floored by how funny she was, and that's what's entertaining and what you want to watch. And Aja wasn't as entertaining; it was uncomfortable.
Right.
So let's talk about their looks. I really liked Kennedy Davenport's look this time. It was toned down in and it was very elegant. So I liked that. The wig reveal I went really well. I just really liked it. I thought this was a good look for Kennedy.
Yeah, I thought she did very well, and the gown that she wore, I mean, just she pretty much placed everything pretty meticulously. She looked really good when she came out on that runway tonight.
Yeah, I agree.
So talking about Aja's look, now I will say this is one that I disagreed with the judges on because it kept saying it's like, oh, it's anime realness, and that, like I'm not an anime expert. I watch a lot of anime.
That's why I thought you'd love it.
I didn't see it. Like, it just didn't remind me of anything anime inspired. I mean, like, 100 bows on a gown does not an anime make. I mean, it was more in the realm of Trixie's ugly dress challenge from last week.
But the challenge, the runway challenge was wig reveals. I mean, she took off this, like, plastic whatever wig it was, and then she had another wig underneath her other wig. So that part of the challenge, which was the main challenge, I thought that she did pretty good.
Yeah, I liked that. I thought it was very fun. It was something a little different than what anybody else did.
Doing, yeah.
So to me, it was fun. I liked it.
I liked the second two wigs. I kind of felt like the first wig
Yeah,
was a little bit of a
I don't know what
cop-out.
that was. That was really bizarre.
It reminded me of like when they did the wig reveal, or not the dress reveal
The
challenge
2-in-1
for all
looks?
stores. Yeah, for the 2-in-1 looks. And it's like when Alaska just came out with the trash bag held up over her head, and then revealed that it was pound cake, and it wasn't really it wasn't a change. It was just hidden and then revealed. And then she came for Alyssa for doing the exact same thing, except for Alyssa did it better, in my opinion.
Yeah.
All right, so that's enough about those two. Let's talk about Chi-Chi and Shangela. So they were, as a pair, supposed to be a polygamy-type couple that were both trying to win over The Bachelor.
Yeah, that was a mess.
It was hard to watch. Who do you think was the weaker performer, though, is the question.
Chi-Chi was definitely weak in that challenge. She didn't know what to say. She wasn't funny. It was bad.
Yeah, I think that she got too much into her head. I mean, because they all sat on the side and watched each other perform, and I think that she kind of saw what the other queens were bringing to this challenge, and she just got in her head, and she was very intimidated by them because she didn't feel like she could be as funny as them. So
Yeah.
I think that really hindered her performance and held her back from being what she could have been.
Yeah, I think a little bit of what I saw too is I think they established that in their relationship, Shangela was going to be the more dominant one, and so then I started to see Chi-Chi relying on Shangela as if, oh, the dominating personality is going to feed me my lines and set me up for all the jokes.
Oh yeah,
And when
that's true.
Shangela didn't set her up for the jokes, then she's like, well, what do I do now? And that's not Shangela's fault. I just think that's what Chi-Chi was maybe relying on.
Yeah.
I don't think Shangela was that strong either in terms of comparing her to some of the tops out of the other groups. I mean, she looked better compared to Chi-Chi, but it's because Chi-Chi was not doing very well.
Well, I think of all the groupings or all the two paired queens, one of them obviously did better than the other. So
Right.
in this particular situation, Shangela did do better than Chi-Chi. It wasn't as entertaining as the rest of the group.
Correct.
But at least she was making jokes and trying to make an effort.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a bit of a mistake for RuPaul to make them dependent on one another. I think that they could have come up with two separate, unique characters.
Well, I think that she gave them the what was it, polygamists?
Yeah.
I think she gave them that because not necessarily for them to be dominant or whatever. I mean, they could have done anything they wanted with that role.
Yeah,
they
they
could have both been dominant. They could have both been dependent. That was their role to do whatever they wanted to with it. So I think that RuPaul knew what she was doing when she assigned everybody this challenge. It was just a matter of the queens taking those roles and doing what they can do to make it the most entertaining.
Yeah. I think I want to make sure we get to the looks because we forgot about Shangela last week because we argued about it for so long. So let's talk about the looks. What did we think of Chi-Chi's look? I loved it. I think this is one of the best looks we've seen from Chi-Chi, and it was one of those looks where there were a lot of accessories, but they were accessorized smart, and it was really good overall. It was a good concept.
It was my favorite Chi-Chi look that I've ever seen her do.
Yeah, I mean, she was singed. She looked glamorous. She gave Michelle what she's been asking for, even from season 8. So she really stepped up her game and did a very well job in executing that look tonight.
Yeah.
I think, out of her final look, I think was my favorite out of all the looks of the night. My only critique for her would be that I could kind of see the edges of her underwig under her afro. So I think if she got a future second chance, like she really needs to be like really pay attention to those details.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I noticed is like I can see your second wig. I know what your hair is going to look like when you pull that off.
Right.
So, but that was my only critique. I thought this was a big win for her. So let's talk about Shangela's look. I, for one, am so happy, Shangela, that you finally brought back the corn I've been craving all season. So thank you. I had to wait 3 episodes, but it's finally here. And it wasn't just cheap and gimmicky. Like
It was a full circle moment. For
Yeah.
you, right?
I loved it, but like I just love that. Like not only was it like so Shangela, and it did a throwback, but it was good. Like
Yeah.
she made it look good. It wasn't just like a stupid looking ear of corn. I saw the costume earlier. I'm like, is this it? Is this gonna be my corn? What did you guys think of the corn?
I thought it was very pretty. The way that she had like the, what do you call those? Like the shear, like the shucking thingies. What do you?
Yeah, sure.
Well, you.
The husk.
Yeah,
The
you.
husk.
I mean, tell me. I'm asking you. You grew up on a farm.
I did. I sold sweet corn for a living as a child. That was my lemonade stand.
Well, that's why you're so obsessed with the corn look.
That's why I'm a little bit.
But
corny.
yeah, it was really pretty how she pulled the husks down and she revealed herself as like this ear of corn or whatever, you know. Very well done. The only thing I didn't really like about it was the wig. It was like this weird, like green.
Yeah.
I didn't.
The popcorn look was a little different.
Yeah.
I liked it because it was like she was
But
popping corn.
But it didn't really go with her outfit though. Like it was a different, like this, like almost neon green color that went with like.
But green is in corn.
I understand that, but
think-
her gown did not match her wig.
I think I see
It
where
was
she was
fun.
going. I liked the popcorn concept as the second stage. I think maybe she could have somehow incorporated maybe like a movie theater scene. Maybe I don't know.
No.
Like wear a chair or something, and she's in a movie theater.
No, but kind of like under her gown, maybe have some like the red and white stripes or like
be like a.
something movie
Oh, okay.
themed.
Like
I
a
would have
bowl
went with the
popcorn.
popcorn a little bit better.
Yeah.
I just feel like the popcorn was a good concept, but then it didn't like go anywhere after that. So
You got your corn.
I did. I got my corn. I can go home happy. So I'm really happy about this challenge. So let's talk about the deliberation. So I want to first address kind of Milk's attitude when he was put in the bottom. And he just still seems to think that he is the best out of all of the girls there. But he's in the bottom. He needs to deal with that. He needs to get over it, move past it, and get ready to bring it next time. But what did you guys think about this?
Yeah, his reaction to being into the bottom was very unsportsmanlike, childish.
Mhm.
You know, he's obviously feels like he's entitled. That he thinks he's doing a lot better than what he thinks. Than I don't know. Like it's weird. I've never seen him like this before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's weird.
It's unattractive and it's not entertaining.
Yeah.
And he thinks what he's doing is the best, and it's not. It's just not. He needs to get over it.
Mhm.
So let's talk about how during the deliberation, Kennedy did not want to talk to any of the queens. She already said she'd made up her mind. What did you guys think?
Well, I think that she's kind of a hypocrite because, you know, at the beginning of the episode when they were talking about Thorgy's elimination, she's very upset about how, Thorgy left a message attacking Shangela. She's like, oh, that's not very sister-like, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then Milk was like, it was a joke, like, don't take it so seriously.
Mhm.
And then, Milk went on to say that he felt that Thorgy should have been one to stay because he was a lot more excited than what Kennedy was bringing to the table. And that really offended Kennedy. So I think that Kennedy had this vendetta against Milk, and she got the top 2, and she got, she had the choice to send her home. And I think that she pretty much she had her mind set before even talking to the other queens about anything. So that to me was very unsister-like, which, she values that, and it was very immature. So that's my opinion.
Yeah. Do you think, Elias?
I mean, I agree. I mean, I feel like she should have talked to all 3 of them and just not already have your mind made. And if you're going by the critiques and she's saying all around, then that was probably not the way to go, even though how Milk has been acting.
And she did say on stage, she said, I'm going off of performance and how the queens are conducting themselves both on and off stage, which Milk has not been conducting herself in the best. Is Milk the one that I would have chose to go home? No, Chi-Chi was definitely,
It was a vendetta.
right, she was in the bottom the first time Chi-Chi was. She was the bottom 3, not the bottom 2 last time. And now she's at the bottom again. She doesn't deserve to be there. I don't want to see her be a Roxy and get to the top
And
for the wrong
coast.
reason. But do I blame Chi-Chi or do I blame Kennedy for sending Milk home? No, I just don't think it's going to be a popular decision that's going to do her any favors in the long run. I think it's going to make people trust her less.
Well, she sent her home because she was offended and mad at her, and it wasn't based on the competition. It was very unsportsmanlike.
And I mean, she did say in the show that, you know, she's worked with Milk and they've got along, and like outside of the show when they're performing together, and Milk is kind of like acting like she doesn't know her now, and I can understand, but that's when you take her aside and say, hey, why are you acting this way? You know, we've worked together in the past.
Right.
It shouldn't be a vendetta and be like, I'm going to kick you off now because of that.
Right. Voting someone off isn't the solution.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Chi-Chi. It seems like she wants to go home. She seems like she's kind of really defeated.
Yeah, she mentioned that she was very intimidated, that she's out of her league here. She was almost in tears talking to Bendela when they were having their one-on-ones. I just think that Chi-Chi's realizing that she is out of her league, and kind of like subliminally she was asking to be sent home.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think she realizes she wasn't ready to come back, and she wishes that she had like a position kind of like Shangela did to come back on another beginner's season and not a finalist season.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the lip sync a little bit. I think that the lip syncs were lackluster, but I do not blame the queens. I think that the song was a really, really bad choice for a lip sync because there's not a lot of embodiment you can do for that song. There's emotion to convey, but it's not high energy emotion.
Yeah, because I mean Kennedy is known for her acrobats and her, you know, moving all over the stage during like a high energy song. But like this song was very just like it was too like boring for this, you know, for them.
I mean, the good thing is Kennedy did give mouth and face. That's what you got to do. If it's a slower, lackluster song, you got to give face and mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think they both did okay for the song. Like, I honestly, watching it, I was so bored, I had no idea who was going to take it. Like, there's just nothing that excited me, but it wasn't, like, there was nothing they could do. I mean, if they had started doing those, like, kicks and jumps and bendel through in comedy, it wouldn't have fit the song and embodied it at all. So, I don't blame them. This was a poor choice on Rue's fault, or on Rue's hands. He should not have picked that song. But hopefully learns from that we don't have any more bad songs like that.
Well, I mean, if you put it in perspective, though, it shouldn't matter what song is thrown at them. This is All Stars. Like, they should be able to turn something out no matter what.
What would you have done, though, to embody that song to make it more entertaining?
Well, I mean, I'm not really a performer per se, but, you know, there were some little pickups in the song where they get like a little beat to it. They could have like played to that, you know, and then kind of like moved with the movement of the song. I mean,
I think they both did really well. I mean, like I said, they both were giving face, but if it was me choosing, Kennedy did a little bit better.
Yeah, I think if they would have been in, like, if this was a lip sync for your legacy, it was lip sync for your life, this would have been one of those scenarios where two people got sent home.
Yeah.
So that's what worried me.
The thing that Kennedy did too was that she did take off her robe. She did reveal that, and then she also revealed another wig. So she kind of given Rue like she gave the judges more of a reason to look at her than looking at Bendela.
Yeah,
like things like that catch your eye, you know.
They catch your eye, but I don't know. A wig reveal does not a lip sync make, and that's kind of something that.
Well, it is now. I mean, they just did a challenge off of Roxy.
Well,
so.
Right, that was the challenge, but it wasn't the lip sync challenge. So I don't think that it enhanced the performance. But we can agree to disagree on that. So Milk's departure. What did we think? Was Milk? Well, I guess we talked about that. Milk wasn't the right choice. Mm-hmm. Who would you have rather seen go home?
I mean, Chi-Chi was ready to go. She said it.
She begged for it.
she basically begged for it. Yes.
Yeah.
So I mean,
She's been in the bottom
she's been
all
in
3 episodes.
yeah, she's been in the bottom all 3 episodes. I think she should have gone home, even though Milk has been whiny and annoying.
I don't think. See, and the thing with Milk is his attitude sucks. He has a very, he's very, what's the word, arrogant. But that doesn't outweigh what he's brought to the competition so far. Like his drag is good. His performances, aside from tonight, have been decent compared to Chi-Chi.
Except for his sling was not good.
But he was safe.
Was.
But I mean, I feel like Chi-Chi is way out of her league here. She's not at the same level as the rest of the queens on this competition, and it's not her time.
Right. Let's also talk about, just before we leave, what do we think is going to happen with the eliminated queens? Because last year it was they all got a chance to come back, partner up with the current queens, and then if they did well, they got to choose one of the current queens to go home, and then 2 of them got to stay. Any theories on what you think is going to happen?
I think it's going to be something very similar to what happened last season, just because they have like Root, like at the end Root dings in with that little weird message. The handmaiden look with Chad Michaels in Alaska. I think that it's going to have some sort of element to what happened last year. It's just going to be executed differently. Like the queens will all have a chance to come back and compete in a challenge and win their way back into the competition, and they'll get to eliminate somebody when they come back in. So I mean, it'll just have a different twist to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to go on, but I feel like it's going to be a different twist.
I think it's going to have to do with Alaska and Chad a little bit. And I think my theory is it's going to have something to do with like changing places. So they're going to match up the queens with a current and outed queen like they did last time, but they're going to be competing against each other is my theory. Because there's some bad blood between some of these queens with who's left in the competition. I mean, Morgan's going to have beef with Vendela.
Thorgy with Chi-Chi.
Thorgy with Shangela. And then now Milk with Kennedy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't think it's going to be revealed in the next episode, but we'll see. I think they'll even the queens out a little bit more.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens. I think that they're going to have a chance to return, but I think it's going to be more of an exchange, a different kind of exchange than last time.
I can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, this is Nick's Nerd Network. This is Nick signing off. Say bye, guys.
Bye.
See you next week.
If you like this episode of Nick's Nerd Network, please like and subscribe. If you have different opinions or would like to share some of your ideas, please share these in the comment section below. Please keep it constructive and friendly. Thanks so much for watching and have a wonderful day.